Oh, ba-dum-bum-bum. Right. Oh, good morning, team. It's thinking we're all good to rock and roll. Just check our frame. Always about 10 seconds behind on the old uh, YouTube, but that's fine. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum. Not bad. Not bad. I'll actually probably just move the rowing machine because I'm lacking a little bit of space in the house these days. Kitchen's in the way. At least we're starting to build the shed, so that's fine. Righto, frame looks good. Thanks, Rich. Perfect. Okay, okie dokie. Sorry about last week. Boys sick and all. Had 4 days off school, a little blighter, but that's fine. You got to do these things. So I hope it all went well with the session last week. Obviously, starting to get up towards that target pace that we want to do. And today we start to sit on the target pace. We also go above it and then we come below it as well. Okay. So I think, as I mentioned, right at the start when we were going to do this, that there's, being prepared and getting some confidence in your capabilities is obviously the key. And so we, it's easy to do it. I guess you can bash out some pieces and be like, "Oh yeah, I held really good splits, perfect," but can you sustain them, right? And that's the whole situation. And when we're doing these sort of practice things, there's the two eggs in one basket situation where we want to hit some speed, but we also have to figure out how we can try and sustain it, right? Which is the comfortability of it. And so today is around that sort of feeling. Okay. So what we're doing today is we've got two sets, right? It's a pyramid. Okay, so we go 1 minute on, and for that minute we do it above our pace. Okay, and I'm going to use a round number here. If we're aiming for a 2 minute split, we're going to do it at 1:58. Okay, and then we do 2 minutes and we do it on target pace. Perfect. And then we do 3 minutes and we're going to do it slower than target pace. Okay, two splits roughly. Okay, I don't mind if it's a little bit slower than that. Okay, but we're trying to, as I say, trying to find the comfortability in our stroke, the efficiency in our stroke. So we're not right out, going, this is as fast as I can go type of thing. It's just backing off it. Okay, so what we sometimes call like a sub maximal, and then we come back down the chain again. So we do another 2 minute off, and then we do another 1 minute. Bang, Bob's your uncle. Okay, and so we'll do two of those. Okay, so the first set will seem so. Okay, the second set, Jesus, right? Which is what we want. So we're using that fatigue. We're using, like the work that we've done to balance that equation, right? Between trying to work hard to get these splits, but also trying to work efficiently so we can get the speed and we can make it semi-comfortable, that type of thing. And so that's really the gist of it. Okay. Um, and so when obviously you add it up and everything's averages out to be roughly what our target split's trying to be. And so that's the whole thing is around physiological adaptation. Okay, so we're trying to trick our body or get our body to understand what we're asking for it to do. Okay. And so it's a quirky little set, okay, something that we do. And when I coach people with 2Ks, which we'll sort of do next week, probably not to the same degree, okay, but it's doing it's doing some sets, like with only a minute break in between, like three 1,000 meter pieces, bang, 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 with 1 minute in between at race pace. And it's like, holy shit, now that's hard. Okay. But same thing. It's all about trying to find the sustainability in what we're doing. Um, so we need to have a decent warm up today. Remember, I don't have ratings on here because this is all up to you to find your speed, your rhythm, your movement, right towards your pace. What I can say is you'll probably be slightly higher, maybe in the first piece, just a little bit, or you're going to have to just add a little bit more, I guess, explosive power. Your target pace should be around what your rating you want it to be. Okay. And then that 3 minute piece, you might find that it's just slightly below it. Okay. Maybe a point, maybe two, whatever. But remember, the whole goal of all of this is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay. To, to, to figure out what we're trying to do and make it as efficient as possible. Now, a lot of these things, right? It's about the confidence. So these sets and these sort of workouts start to give you an idea. Okay, so without doing a 4 minute or any type of piece and just going bang, I'm just going to do it, and then getting a number at the end of it and being like, Jesus, whatever. This is working towards. I feel like I can do this at this pace, and this is about trying to make it a reality. Okay, so by the end of the session, you should be able to look back on it and go, you know what, that 2 minutes felt good, 3 minutes felt pretty hard, whatever, and go, well, actually, I think I can do 4 minutes. Okay, now if we're getting to the last minute of the 3 minutes and you're really hanging on for dear life, and you're really struggling to try and keep the speed and you're throwing your technique and stuff out the door, maybe just bring it back a little bit, okay, your expectation, because this is the whole idea is that we want to be able to do these types of pieces. And yes, we want to do them to the best of our ability and try and nail some stuff. But we've got to be able to be sustainable while we do it. Okay. So as I've said many a times, when you're doing high rate pieces and when you're doing tests and that sort of thing, we should be literally imagine it like a car, right? You're on the red line and you're sitting it there and it's just touching the red line of your rev limiter. Okay, but if you push that over, the car can't stay there for that long, right? It'll probably be like, mate, I'm going to blow, or it's, that's when the engine starts going. And it's like, but if you're right up to it, there's still an element of control. Okay, there's still like, oh, okay, this is hard, but okay. And so that's what we're trying to do with this is we're trying to push ourselves to the red line so that we can hold and figure out what that piece is. Because once we dip over that, which is what happens in probably the last 40 seconds of this 4 minutes when we do it, fuck it, right? It's just like go, like empty the tank, leave what you can. Ultimately, we're wanting to be there and not actually like be able to increase a huge amount. Um, but the fact is that that's the whole idea, because if we dip over it too quick, which is a classic example of what most people do, is that they fly out of the start, right? And they're right up into that top zone. And then you've got to bring it back to sustain it. And then you try again and you try and give it a little bit more, but there's no fuel left in the tank. Okay. So these sessions are really important just to find that rhythm, that pace, try and get that feeling, which is what we want to do. Okay. Um, and it's as simple as that. So we'll have a pretty decent warm up today. Um, we'll start getting close to like what we're going to do next week. We'll do like a full warm up and some practice stuff for the actual piece, which is like our prep week, and then obviously that fifth week we'll bust it out. Okay, so lock and load, get ready to rumble, uh, and yeah, we'll let's warm ourselves up, get ready, do what we need to. Um, I'll bring this back out in a minute because we're going to set up a variable interval, which is pretty easy to do. But I'm just going to I'll leave that there for now. Oh, maybe I'll cut it over. You might be able to see it, you might not be able to see it, one or the other. Okay. Okay, so just remember patience as we start this this warm up. Always as well, which might be a good thing. Just double check, double check your drag factor if you need to. Obviously, it shouldn't change a lot. I know mine probably changes a bit because it's a bit dusty in the Reno here at the moment. No, everything's fine. But remember that the handle and the number on screen can be reasonably different depending on where you are, temperature of the air, altitude, you name it. But the monitor obviously picks up all their magic to give you that drag factor number, okay? A nice rhythm, nice patience. We'll spend this first sort of 5 minutes just getting loose, limber, starting to build some pressure. Then we'll start to build the rating and the pressure. And then we'll get up towards that pace. And then we'll start the session, okay? So always thinking about starting off with the way, the flow, the process, about how we want to continue. What we're aiming for with our technique and our form. Nice hang here. I'm really feeling those connection points. Armpits, feeling that hang. Oh, nice. So just as we feel loose, as the compression starts to feel a little bit easier towards the natural full length that we're looking for as part of our body, okay, our positioning. And we can start to feel the addition of pressure okay, good. A nice easy movement. Hang. Okay, good swing. I'm feeling that press body being pressed through the middle of the stroke. That sequence with the hips. Okay. Nice, good feeling. And feel that push. The hang. And nice. Okay, so start squeezing towards a nice training pace. Minimizing our tension. And good. Okay, so we'll just build it up here to, I don't know, 24-ish. Okay, for about a minute. Okay, feel the speed going, moving. Now, for just that little bit of extra freedom, let the flywheel speed up. Feel the application. A nice speed of the drive. Okay, feel the movements, handles. Good. Be patient. Okay, looking at that sustainability. Okay, take it down. So just move freely here. Okay, start to just firm it slightly. Okay. Spend the next 30 seconds bringing it back up to training pace. Okay, and it's just 10 strokes of just a little bit more. Okay. Each stroke gathering a little bit more revolution of the flywheel. Okay. Okay, so let's increase that rate again. 26, 28, somewhere around there. Okay, ready. Go. And think about speed. Easy drive. And good. Tap. Long arms. Shoulders moving. Pick it up, smooth. No grab. Rush the body. And down. Good. And so, generally in a good warm up, we want to get heart rates moving, get onto a training pace, look for some step ups from there. Okay. And then we start getting some priming pieces, which we'll do shortly. Okay. Looking to start bringing our ratio, target power type of thing, rating to the target power, but maintaining this understanding and relationship of our efficiency. Okay. So starting to firm back up towards that training pace. Okay, so we'll do 45 seconds. Good rating, good speed, starting to become just sub-maximal of what we're after, okay, in terms of that target pace. So try and see what we can do, get it to about 4 splits off our target pace, okay? Moving in. Remember, let it build this way. Now, so elastic, freedom with the arms. Okay, good. Build. Okay, now sit on the speed, whatever you're at. Tap. Wash the body. Take it down. Okay. So we do that again. Start to get it closer to that target speed. Okay, or potentially on it if we can. This is the tricky part about a warm up because we really have to take into account our own, I guess, experience, fitness levels, all that type of thing. But all I'll say to you is that the majority of people probably under warm up, okay? Just because we're all concerned about saving energy, okay? Where sometimes the conservation of the energy, we're actually not warmed up enough to find that sweet spot, okay? So it is something that is very individual. I try and make it as wide a range as I can, okay? But it is something for you guys to think about as individuals on whether you need more or less, okay? So this is a good guide, okay? So let's firm this. We want to get us close for about 30, 40 seconds to our target pace. Okay, we spend 15 seconds building it, 30 seconds holding it, okay, efficiently. So firm, building in, now, okay, elastic, get the flywheel going. Good, hold. Feel the rhythm. Break it down. Okay, really good. Nice patience, feeling that freedom of our movement, okay? So we'll do one more. This one I want to be that little bit above. Okay, a little bit above rate, above pace. Just give ourselves the best opportunity, especially for this workout. But it is always good to do something above what your target pace is going to be, okay, while still working on that efficiency, the movement, okay, not trying to work so hard that we're like forcing the rhythm, okay, but it does give our body a little bit of a shock to be like, oi, mate, we're about to do something, okay, and it's a really good priming piece to finish with, okay, and then we'll just roll it off and then set ourselves up for the session, okay? So firming here, just looking for a little bit more pace, a little bit more freedom, same again, 10 to 15 seconds, building, and then maintain, okay? Here we go, firm, build, now. Good, take it down, okay? None here, sorry, Cubs. Yeah, okay. Sorry, got my builders outside. They'll be laughing. Okay, so I'm going to need a second, only because, as you see, I'm on my floor protector. I can feel it moving around on me. So I'm just going to tape it down, make sure it's not going to. I could just tape it out, to be quite fair. I think it's going to be easier to take it out. Okay, right. Give me a second. You guys just paddle it down a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of renovation work while you guys are there. You'll see some real action going on here. Don't have enough weight down to hold the machine in place currently. Oh, and that's fine. Boom. Take that out of here. Thank you very much. You've been really lovely to me on my native timber floors. I'll replace you after we've done this rowing session. Thank you very much. But I'll dump you over the back here for now. There it is. Right. I really do hope that I don't slip and slide. I think it'll be all right. No, it's not bad. Okay. Setup time. Okay, so what we'll be doing is we'll set up our variable interval. Okay. So as always, making sure that we're using the functionality of our machine is good, and it's probably the key, because it allows us to do this session and get feedback, okay, to be able to analyze what we've done. So what we want to do, select workout, new workout, intervals, and then we go to that bottom one, which is intervals variable, okay? So put time. We've already got 1 minute on the set time, so we can leave that. If we scroll across to the rest time, just add 1 minute into that, okay? Then we press the checkbox, and it's asking for interval 2, so we press time again, and all we have to do is press the plus button on the time. So 2 minutes, 1 minute rest time, okay? So we press the checkbox, then we press time again, then we press that plus sign. Now we're at 3 minutes with 1 minute rest time. So we press the checkbox again. So the fourth interval, time. Now we just subtract that back to 2 minutes, okay? And we press the checkbox. And then we go to time again. We take that down to 1 minute, 1 minute rest time. We press the checkbox. Bang, okay? That's us. So give ourselves a second. So remember the aim and the targets, okay? So the first one, we want to go slightly faster than split. The 2 minutes, both of them are on our target split. And that 3 minute in the middle, let's roughly go about 2 splits slower, 2 to 3 slower than what we're going to target, okay? So let's press that no more intervals, okay? Now we're ready to go. Now remember, on this first one, yes, we want to build the speed, but don't be too aggressive to really fucking rip shit and bust. Okay, let's be conservative. Try and take the first 5, 6, 7 strokes to get it up to speed, and then we maintain. Okay, at that little bit of extra pace. Okay, here we go. Right, are you ready? Attention. Go. Hey, there it is. Flip it along. Breathe in. Okay, good. And good rhythm. Good patience. Okay. Don't mind, mate. I am just having to move that slightly, block my movement. I'll pull out the old Concept 2 floor mat next time. Okay, so building here. We've got 2 minutes at target pace. Okay, nice. Oh, there it is. Feel the rhythm. And brush the body. Okay, now hang. Swing. Okay. Sit back. Okay. Tap it along. Open the mouth. Brush the body. Pick up the front. Good. Hang with me. Feel the body. Good. Okay. So really searching for that sustainability, patience, Okay. Finding what speed you can, swinging into it. Okay. Really think about that work rest ratio. Okay. So remember, we just back it off slightly on that speed, building. Now, good. Okay, breathe into it. Rock the body. Yeah. Okay, efficiency here. Good. Feel the rhythm. Okay, roll into the front. Left it. Yeah. Okay, open the mouth. Right to face. Good. Left stick. Roll into the front. Body compression. One. Keep it free. Move them around. No tension. Good. Okay, tap it. Cushion. Hit the speed. Move your hands. Breathe. Hands around. Sit back. Okay. Really good. I remember the physicality of this, but the efficiency that we're searching for. Okay. Efficiency is the key. Finding the easiest way to maintain our speed. Okay. Right. Deep breaths. Firm. Target pace. Here we go. Now, build. Build. Hang with me. Legs guide the body. Picking the speed. Hanging it through. Legs drive the body. Good. Okay. Hold. Tap. Work rest. Very good. Now 30 seconds. Relax the face. Good. Finish in front of the body. Good. Okay. Really good here, Tim. Okay, breathe. So, efficiency is the key in the last one. Don't work too hard just to try and hit the split. Efficiency's got to take over. Okay. Think about ease of movement, build. Now, good. Feel the push. Nice. Feel the inertia. Yeah. All the way. Righto. Okay, I know you already hate me. Remember the reasons. Okay. We'll take a break here. Then we're going to look to see what we can do in this next set. Okay. We can just let the monitor roll down. Okay. Great thing about the variable is that it stops on us, saves it to the memory. Okay. Okay, so nice patience here. We'll just roll it off here for another minute. Okay. And then we're going to go into some active recovery, which is just increasing the pressure a little bit. Okay. It's going to stimulate that oxygen supply. But remember, keep moving. Okay. What you feel like now, and what you'll feel like in another 3 or 4 minutes, it's completely different. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's start to focus a little bit now on our form, our movement. In your own time, you can have a drink. Okay. I'm just going to start to increase that pressure a little bit. This is our active recovery. We're starting to feel that pressure, that push. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so in these pieces, okay, and these next ones, the 1 minute, we want to still just keep thinking about that extra explosiveness, okay, or speed of the drive. The 2 minute and the 3 minute need to be really focused towards like the middle segment of our 4 minute piece, okay? The the efficiency, the flow, the relaxation, because those are the ugly parts of our test is going to be that 3 minute to 1 minute. Okay. First minute will take care of itself in terms of speed, getting it up, finding the rhythm, trying to settle. Okay. Before you know it, you'll be at 3 minute. But it's that period from there to 1 minute to go. Okay. Where we've really got to lock in and sit on that red line. Okay. Find the efficiency, be sustainable. Okay. So all the focus on these pieces, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, back to the 2 minute, are on sustainability. Okay. How easy can we sustain our pace that we're trying to hold? Okay. Whatever you're getting on screen. And remember, if you're a bit tired, whatever, you might not be hitting your target. That's okay. Let's get as close to it as we can. Or let's just keep trying to push it and make sure that we're not, example here, we're not starting it at a 158 with a 2 minute target and then finishing at 206. Okay. Keep it to as close as we can because we've got to remember that part that we're trying to target is where we want to be as even as we possibly can. Okay. Because if we lose 2 seconds in the second minute, and we lose another 2, so that's 6 seconds down. Okay, with a minute to go, we're never going to make that up. Okay, and that's why sustainability is the key, right? That's the absolute key to hitting your targets, is to not fade off, or minimally as possible. Righto, love a nice. Okay, so if we go select workout, you should be able to press re-row. Okay, should be on the top there. Should say like 1 minute / 1 minute with a 5 on the side. Press the re-row. Okay, it's already there. One minute on screen. Let's go. Okay, first minute. Look for freedom, hand speed, movement speed. Let's tap it up. Okay, are you ready? Attention. Go. Good. Tap it. Give them speed. Drive our bodies back. No. Swing. Go. Really good. Deep breaths. Okay. Keep moving. Okay. Target pace. Numbers in your head. Spend the first 15, 20 seconds if need be getting onto that rhythm of rating versus power, get that speed. Okay. And then let's maintain it. Build. Moving in. Now. Okay. Tap it along. Flywheel moving. Okay. There it is. Right. Push. Relax. Feel the inertia. Ratio. Work. Rest. Okay. Breathe. Open the mouth. Relax that. Yeah. Rhythm. Hit the speed. Tap. Lower the shoulders. Arm up. Okay, really good. Okay, nice rhythm. It's firm. Okay, 3 minutes. Remember, we're off our pace, but we've got to find that efficiency, sustainability. Okay, here we go. Very good. Keep it free, hand speed. All right, pick it up. Natural compression. Good. Right, breathe. Long arms. Hang and swing. Good. Feel the sequence. Sit back. Hang twice. Good. Legs up. Open the mouth. And sit back. Inertia. Good. Push. Feet. Hang. Swing. Hang twice. Yeah. 10 strokes. Okay, we're good. That was hard. Okay. Keep moving. Okay. 2 minutes. Let's break this 2 minutes down. First 30 seconds. Get in the rhythm. 1 minute through the middle. Holding the rhythm. Okay. Last 30 seconds will take care of itself. Here we go. Firm. Use movement speed. Okay. We're fatigued. Keep the hands free. Brush the body. Good. Wave swing. Roll in. Hit the flywheel. No hit. Let to compress. I swing. Let's drive the body. Yeah, tap it. Swing. Push. Free it up. Okay, great. Okay, really good. Last minute. Efficiencies. Free speed. It's 36 strokes or less, probably. Tap it along. Okay, tap, 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 tap. Firm. Build. Yeah. Long arms. Hang. Push and swing. Feel the body. Long arms. Hand speed. Yes. 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 Okay, keep moving. There's me. Okay, team. It is very hard. Okay. And it's meant to be. Remember what we speak about with physiological adaptation. Hey, we have to push ourselves to some pretty dark places so that our body starts to understand, okay? So that we understand, okay? We can identify those periods which at the time, questioning sanity, obviously, but, we need to look back on and go, yeah, about a minute 15 of that, to go of that 3 minute, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Okay, but that feeling is our psychology going, can I become mind over matter? Okay, can I keep some sort of clarity that I don't automatically go, oh, it's hard. Oh, I try and work harder. Okay, if it's getting harder, if you're not getting the splits, what did we do? Did we think about freedom of movement? Okay, we think about tapping it a little bit more. Okay, did we just try and relax into it? Okay, we might have lost the split, whatever. But we didn't absolutely tie ourselves up and have nowhere to go. We were able to get to the finish and be like, wow, okay. And the first job is always to get to the finish, okay? No matter how deep, dark, if we can get to the finish, it's job one, okay? We can get to the finish and we can do it reasonably well, that's job two, okay? We can get to the end, do a very good job, and now what we're wanting to do, that's the perfect job, okay? But let's look at today and say job one done, maybe job two, might not have been job three, okay? But it's all a learning experience, okay? It's all an understanding. Every time we're on here, every time we're doing something here, there's a reason, and we learn from it every time, okay? No matter what we're doing, there's some piece of advice, there's something we're identifying, okay, which is helping us, making us better. Okay, so let's just roll this out here. Just keep moving. Okay, breathing might be under control. Muscle fatigue. I know my glute. I always know when I've done a good sprint session because my glutes and my ass hurt. Oh, struggle to sit down, which is obviously good. Means we've got the drive under control, just not comfortable. Okay, just for the next minute or two. Okay, let's just firm it slightly. Okay, just a little bit more body weight. Just a little bit more focus on the hands and the feet. The push. Good rhythm. Oh, that'll do. Oh, oh, crikey, duck. Uh, well, that didn't blow the cobwebs out. I don't know what will. Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing. Uh, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the hate. No, no hate. Um, it is. It's as I think you'll probably find, and it'll be interesting to see from everyone in the chat. Like when you've done pieces before, have you ever done prep like this? Because I always, I talk to people, I listen to things, and I whatever, and I always find that the preparation that people are doing, sometimes I'm like, is that all you did? Like maybe and that's an experience thing, right? And I get that, but it's also, you know, I guess from my experience and working with people in the industry and the scientists and the physiologists and everything else, knowing what actually needs to be done is is something that you don't learn unless you're in the environment, right? And that's why I think it's great that we can do this type of thing and be like, hey, there is a reason we do this, and we're not just doing this for shits and giggles. Like there's a psychological, a physiological uh, thing of why we're doing this, to experience it not only from a body sense and the way that the body needs to adapt to the pain and suffering. Pain and suffering? Yeah, probably the easiest way to say it, to the experience that it's getting um, physiologically. Oh, Christ, my ass is sore. Um, that that's that's why we do sessions like this, okay? To give you the experience, to learn from it, to be like, wow, okay, that's what it feels like. That's what I need to do. That's what I'm not doing right. But also be able to say, hey, look, that's exactly what I need to be doing. Okay. Uh, oh, ah. So yeah, look, great session. Uh, Surely you're just going to make phone calls for this today. Yeah, well, I wish. I wish. Well, that was. Um, I've got, as you probably saw behind me, I've got builders here trying to start the foundation of my slab from the garage, which is taking way too long. That's okay. For the new setup, but I've got to be doing that. That's for sure. I was able to maintain stroke rate efficiency. Might have to increase from 26 to 28. I started at 28, but couldn't maintain. Thanks, Eric Rich. Yeah, and but these are why you do these sessions, right? Because you've got to do it and be like, maybe I am rating too low. Maybe I need to work on some speed. So one of the sessions this coming week could be more around speed of movement, right? You could be like, well, maybe I should drop my drag factor 5 points and maybe just think about the speed, do some overrating stuff. Not necessarily like overpowering it at the same time, but just building the speed and then just trying to maintain the speed. And a lot of it can just be down to finishing in front of the body, not trying to hold it on too long, and you can have a slightly maybe quicker split with a slightly quicker rate. Okay. Because the other thing is we don't want to just increase the rate but not get anything out of it. Okay. Because then what might happen is if your body's not used to moving at that speed, then it can be detrimental. Smoked me. Sounded like I had emphysema in the last 3 minutes. But that's it, Doug. Like honestly, but did you know my chirping became very limited? Okay, because I'm struggling all to hell. Well, I struggle anyway to talk while I'm doing it. But I'm just like, mate, I need every piece of what I've got. Okay, and that's what you've got to remember, right? This is difficult. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Um, going out to 3 minutes and trying to get just sub your speed is very hard to do. And then to do a 2 minute before it at the speed and a 2 minute after it at the speed is increasingly difficult, right? And it's very, very hard to hit your speeds. Okay, but we've done it, okay, and your body now has learnt from it. So now when we do other things, one, you've got an idea in your head about your speed, okay, and two, your body will react to what you put it under because it's been there before. Okay, and that's one of the things. If your body's never done it, it hasn't learnt from it. Okay, whereas now your body's learnt from it. And so when we go back to doing something again, it'll automatically remember and be like, hey, that's right. Okay, well, I'll try and be a bit more efficient for you, pal, or whatever. And so those are the idea. That's basically why we're doing it. My best was my second 3 minutes. But after that, I just lost steam, couldn't quite rebound the last 2 minutes. Last New Year's against the Gave a Mile was super intense. Pumps. Yeah, great. Perfect. It's what I wanted to hear. Okay. Um, I recommend, and because I'm going to do it very shortly because my ass is killing me, I'm going to jump on my bike. Make sure you warm down properly. Okay. Have a decent warm down, maybe go for a walk, do something. But it's a hard session. Okay. Eat well, rest up after that. Okay. And then we'll see you guys back here next week. We will do the penultimate session, which won't be super long. Okay. I'll probably tell you now, it's probably just going to be like 3, maybe 4 2 minute pieces, probably at speed. Okay. With a certain period of rest in between, not a lot. Okay. But it's all about finding that pace, maintaining that pace, using that fatigue as our offset, that type of thing. But that's all we really need to do. Okay. But do what you need to this week, whether it's a bit more speed, prep, maybe some power stuff, whatever. Um, but yeah. Uh, my apologies if you covered this previously, but how do you figure out your target pace? Basically, whatever you're doing there for those 2 minute pieces, I would say have a look back on your memory, have a look at what you were targeting for those, and I would say that's probably close to your 4 minute pace. Okay, probably close, maybe a little bit slower than what you could do. But that's that's right out there. Okay. Righto team, I'm out. I've got to get off my seat because it's killing me. Great session. We'll see you guys here next week. Jeebus.